Tamaris.
And I'm Elise Morales.
And this is Go Touch Grass, the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Elise and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you don't have to, and you can do literally anything else with your time.
Literally anything else. And if you like what you hear today and you want to hear more, we have a Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past. This week, we're breaking down a very current discourse.
Yeah.
We're breaking down some New York City roommate sublet drama.
Yes.
That has taken TikTok by storm.
Yeah, and I feel like when we talk about discourse, there's like a 5-alarm fire or something. This is bringing up roommate drama,
Yes.
sublet drama, New York renting,
Transplant versus native New Yorker drama, which is a 5-alarm fire
That's
discourse.
a 5-alarm
always.
fire.
That's a hot stove.
You got a white girl with a weird haircut versus a Latina baddie. I mean,
yeah, there's a
a lot happening.
It was very rich, and you can hear that right now on our Patreon.
Yes, and also check us out on YouTube, where we have full video episodes up every week. Guys, they're coming out.
They're coming
out the day of. And they have extra moments that you don't get in the audio, so make sure you check out our website, gotouchgrass.com, for all things Grass Nation. Our guest today is writer, comedian, YouTuber, podcaster, and an actress you've seen on MTV, HBO, Fusion TV, Comedy Central, rest in peace, and Crooked Media. Everybody, it's Akilah Hughes!
Wow, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, truly, actually,
I said
bestie of the pod.
your name's on the Grass Nation Declaration of Independence.
I
would
so.
say.
Yeah.
I would say you're like a founding
signatory.
Yeah.
On there.
in the corner, but
Yeah, well, John Hancock.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Akilah, last time you were on the pod, we were going over Kamala Harris memes because she had just been announced as a nominee. God bless.
On my birthday.
Wow, we were so much younger.
Yeah,
We're so much. How much have we aged in 2 years?
I can't even think about it. Don't bring it
I
up.
want to see the footage.
Don't bring up what's happened.
I'm sure you can tell. I'm sure you can see it.
But
I feel like you've gotten younger because you've moved to the East Coast or something.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it's the clothes.
Yeah.
The clothes are.
They're keeping you vibrant.
Yeah.
But since last time we had you on the pod, you have had a bit of a viral moment.
Yeah. A little bit.
You went mega viral for telling a story about a project you worked on with one half of a famous comedy duo.
Yeah.
You called them
Lock and Banana.
Lock and Banana. So everyone, you guys can deduce.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, they literally
People
did.
figured it out.
They
People
were like,
figured
she's
it out.
dumb. Does she think that she's not going to get sued? I'm like, well, I haven't yet. Famous
But
last
don't
words.
you
Don't you worry.
Lawyers.
But the virality of this story got you got lied on by TMZ.
I know, wow.
So we just wanted to give you a platform here.
Thank you.
For Grass Nation to tell us what happened, correct the record, and discuss what is it like to be at the center of such a viral kerfluffle.
Well, thank you so much for the platform.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing is everybody who commented saying it wasn't funny, it wasn't a comedy show.
Yeah.
I think that people outside of New York think that everything that looks like a comedy show is a comedy show. I'm like, it was a storytelling event. So I told a story.
And a story was told.
And a story was told.
There were loud gasps. From
There were loud gasps. It was an engaging piece of content. It wasn't supposed to be like a funny, like whatever.
I would have written some jokes had it been that, but that's not what it was. The Cliff Notes for those who aren't familiar is that I once upon a time sold a show to Disney with one half of this comedy duo, and his wife soon joined in, and then soon after the show went to shit. I talked about it. Being lied on by TMZ is a very interesting situation because, I respect what they're doing in DC. Name and shame, pull up that lining of the reflecting pool.
So they didn't even reach out to you.
No.
Wow.
I would have been like, here are 70,000 receipts. My DMs to this day are people saying, thank you so much for being honest about this. Everybody knows about this.
Yeah. It's
so
one of those open secrets. This is a difficult person to work with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious, have you all, besides me, had you heard about this or no?
I had not heard about her specifically, but then after you told your story, it became very clear that this is like open Hollywood secret territory.
The comedy duo was very iconic for so long of our coming up that they don't do anything. You know, you've always wondered why people don't do stuff anymore.
Together,
and
right?
if Elise had an annoying wife,
could happen.
it could listen.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
And
you know,
I'll just say, like, this is my first time talking about it anywhere, so you get the experience.
yeah.
Wow.
Latina
okay.
platform, Latina women platforming women. You know,
I mean, all I want to say is a lot of people reached out to me, and hundreds of people. Like, objectively, I could comb all of the DMs, and not a single soul among them defended the person that I mentioned in the video.
wow.
And I think that speaks volumes because, like, look, I'm sure I have enemies in the world.
You do, yeah.
And
You absolutely do. So I do. Elise does.
We all do.
I got ops, and I'm telling you, if they came out with a 10-minute video being like, Akilah sucks, here's how much she sucks, here's how she screwed me over, I think at least one person on earth would be like, I just want to say I know her, and this doesn't sound right to me.
Grass Nation would be like, we like her.
Not a soul. Can you imagine not one person? I mean, hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, because, you know, the Clippers went crazy with my video.
Yeah.
Not a soul, and not in their comments was like, and she's actually great, and I have proof of that.
Yeah, this is my friend. I worked with her. I think that she's
not
great.
A single friend.
That's interesting.
Wow, TMZ, you're put on notice.
Yeah.
TMZ.
And you know, if I had a nickel every time Go Touch Grass had to correct the record from a TMZ misreport, I don't.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into a lot of TMZ stuff today.
We're gonna get a lot of TMZ stuff today, but before we get there,
okay,
Akilah, we did mention a lot of people don't know that you're a huge Grass Nation benefactor. Like, again, you are one of the names on the Grass Nation Declaration of Independence. How do you feel in your role with Go Touch Grass? And did you ever think you would be public or privately associated with a show that encourages people to log off?
I mean, I'll say I'm really happy that I am. The internet is a cesspool. Like, today I was like wondering, when was the last time I wasn't called the N-word on the internet? Like, what day? I can't think of one.
It's Akilah has a counter in her room. Like, 0 days since.
Every time I even say hello online, I'm like, oh, my fans.
I mean, Akilah, you tweeted 3 times that Mitch McConnell's dead this morning.
I do believe he's dead.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
He is.
I'll say.
Yeah.
I'll say that he's. Even if there's some sort of electrical, like, there's electricity emanating from him in some way. The heart is beating once every couple of minutes. He's dead in every way that matters.
He's been dead for quite some time. And you know what? They need to do that special election. I'm from Kentucky. Write me in. And I will go up against whoever's on the right, and we'll just get a Mom Donnie in Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You would have to move back to Kentucky.
That's fine. I can do it. He didn't live in Kentucky. He didn't die there. He died in D.C.
Okay.
I'll go to D.C.
Okay, so.
But yeah, I think he died. I think he died on the 4th of July, and they just don't want to tell us because it would be too poetic. So they're giving it. They're giving it a little.
Too wet.
Yeah. So anything about Go Touch Grass that you have to say?
Right. To bring it back to the show I'm currently on. I've always loved you guys. I think you're so funny.
You're the best.
I love being here.
Yeah, come back to complimenting us.
Yeah, the last time I was on the show, I was in LA. I was clawing my way out.
Yeah.
The fact that we're here, I'm
we're
just
here.
so glad. And
started from the bottom, now we're here.
Now we are here, and we will continue to climb.
Yeah, we will continue. We're not saying this is the ultimate thing. We're just here.
This week we have air conditioning.
This week we have, and every day is a fucking step forward. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Every day is a step forward. Every day is a winding road. We appreciate you as one of our founding mothers of Grass Nation. We love our residents of Grass Nation. This weekend was really popping on the Discord.
Yeah.
With all the
things that we're
going to be talking about. But before we get to the discourse, we have a software update, and we've been having an eye on tech founder, biohacker Bryan Johnson. The guy who is 48, looks 48, but injects his son's 19-year-old blood into his body to stay young forever. He wants to cheat death. And
Death
it's his whole thing. Death has got hands.
They're all over his face.
Well,
beat to death with him,
and he's uploading his son's erection data on Twitter.
Emancipate his son.
Well, he has a girlfriend now who's 30, and he's posting her coochie pap smears on her thing. He's gonna solve endometriosis, guys. That's just the software update is that actually Bryan Johnson, millionaire biohacker, wants to live forever, reveals he has an incurable illness.
That'll happen.
It's reported that Bryan Johnson, millionaire biohacker, who wants to live forever, reveals incurable illness.
That'll happen.
And he has an incurable autoimmune disease called autoimmune.
His son's dick into his body. I don't even know what he does, man.
It's his son's blood and plasma. Not his son's come on.
TMZ.
Yeah, that's way too far.
Yeah, that's way too far. He's not injecting his son's dick. He's draining his son's blood and
tracking his dick.
Tracking his dick.
You're right. I'm sorry.
See, and this is how you get got on TMZ.
Right. Exactly. Lying comedian.
Once again.
He has autoimmune gastritis, AIG, where his quote stomach is eating itself.
Sorry to anybody suffering though.
Yeah, he is not taking it lying down though. He said, quote, he would try to solve parentheses the condition, which he says only 2 to 5% of people in the world have. So guys, thoughts on autoimmune gastritis in general?
I don't love it. I feel bad that people have it. I do wonder if injecting blood into your body that doesn't belong to you has helped at all.
No.
That's what I'm kind of wondering is well, number one, the entire thing with Bryan Johnson is at the end of the day, you can get hit by a truck.
Right. Anything could happen.
At the end of the day, a bat could bite you. You could get kicked in the head by a horse. Anything can happen. But also, some of these things, it's just genetics, especially with autoimmune stuff. My family has a ton of autoimmune stuff. I'm sure autoimmune gastritis is not pleasant. Yeah. So if he can affix all of his energy to trying to solve it, God bless, that's good. But this is what you set yourself up for when you say, I'm the guy who's going to try to live forever. It's the moment you get an illness, people are going to be like, you fucked up. And then also,
you're not gonna live forever.
You do kind of have to wonder if replacing all of his plasma with albumin and all this weird shit that he's been doing to himself
gave him a tummy ache.
Maybe it did give him a tummy ache.
Yeah, autoimmune disorders are they're fighting so much shit they don't know what's good and what's bad and all that stuff. And I'm well, if you're putting all this weird shit in your body, you're going to sleep at 7 p.m., waking up at 2 a.m. and running and all that.
And he's taking crazy peptides and powders and this and that and all sorts of whatever. So I'm just
I don't even know what color his poop is, honestly, guys.
Well, there's no way to know.
There's no way to know what color his poop is.
No way to know. He's pooping colors we've never seen on the spectrum before.
And the pride is over, and we're seeing all the colors of the rainbow in his shit. Yeah. That's the first time we're saying pride is over. It might not be the last. Speaking of pride over, in celebration of straight history, guys, the discourse this week, we're going to talk about the royal American wedding, the wedding between Taylor
Allison Swift.
Oh, also, I've known you, 13 years, all these fucking years. Googled you today to get your...
See what I've ever said about Taylor Swift?
No. No, I got your, Sadai. I got your weird middle name. Saida, and then what's the other one? And Kamaria. Yeah. I did not know your middle names like that, so that... It came up on Wikipedia. Anyway.
Wow. Wow.
So we got Taylor, Allison Swift, and Travis, who gives a fuck,
Probably
Kelsey.
Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew,
I
Kelsey.
mean, if I had to hazard a guess.
If we have to guess, yeah. Yeah,
I don't
Travis,
know.
what the fuck? We can't call him Wigger.
Right. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not even with a hard R anymore.
No.
I need to know, Akilah, what is your Taylor Swift political ideology? I came up with this system of understanding the Taylor fandom, right? And I would say, like, there's a spectrum in these highly divided times.
Yeah.
There's a political spectrum of Taylor Swift fandom, right?
Yeah.
So we got what I consider the far right, which is that Taylor Swift is the most talented, godlike figure.
Yeah.
She can do no wrong.
She's a great songwriter.
She's a great songwriter. Every single album, not even that she's a great songwriter.
No, that she is
far
one
right,
of the best.
Far right
of all
thinks that
time.
she's the best. She has Easter eggs in all her stuff. Well, that's, I think, a centrist opinion about the Easter eggs. But every single
Well, the
album,
Easter eggs are just real.
the Easter eggs are real. She's doing that.
She is doing that.
Yeah. Okay. And that every album, lyric, outfit, makeup, hairstyle she does is perfect, and Taylor Swift can do no wrong. That's far right.
Yeah.
And then we have the far left, which I feel like is Taylor Swift is the worst human. Before we get, let's stick in the far right for a little bit, Elise.
Okay.
Elise, tell me what would be a common theory that a far right Swiftie would have.
Okay. And I do just want to say, Millie has labeled me, and I think it's correct, as a Taylor Swift centrist.
Wow.
So this is like coloring the thing, and that's why, you know.
Yeah, where
And
it's
we'll
I accept
break down.
critiques of her, but I will, like, support her wars and certain,
Yeah.
like...
She's, yeah.
I would say, like, a classic full far-right Swiftie opinion, especially wedding-related, would be, like... She earned every cent of her billions so she can spend it in whatever way that she wants. And this is the culmination of all of her work. She spent her whole life looking for love, and she's finally found it. And this is actually a beautiful love story. And so anyone who doesn't like any aspect of the wedding is just a hater. And to be a hater of Taylor Swift is to be anti-feminist.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
That's the far right.
yeah, and like you're just sour. If you think that any part of this is grotesque, you are sour and a hater, and
Okay.
yeah, that's
And
what
then
I would say.
Is far right.
Is far right.
And then far left Taylor Swift perspectives are that Taylor Swift is the worst human being ever. She's a monster. All of her songs suck. She's a white supremacist. Do you have, not necessarily related to the wedding, but just in general, what's like a common statement that a far left Swiftie opinion would have in that
I
realm?
do think you hit the nail on the head, which is just that, like, I think that it's like she is an evil woman who seeks to do evil in this world. That her motivation is actually evil, evil deeds.
Right, yes.
Like,
Yeah, so again,
Malignant.
yeah. So Elise is a centrist because she
I'm
did
a
go
Taylor-
to Warsaw to see Taylor Swift.
I did.
Poland.
And I'd do it again.
And she'd do it again.
In that exact sentiment.
So
I don't need to see Showgirl in Poland, but I would go back for what I saw.
Yeah, she'd go back to Eras Tour in Poland.
Yeah.
So knowing what you know now, and I would say I'm a center left.
Yeah, I would say
I
center
wouldn't
left.
say I'm far left, but I will sing We're Never Getting Back Together, Blank Space in a karaoke thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say she's never made a good song
Sure.
or that everything she's made is trash, but I'm not going to defend,
Yeah.
I will not fight wars.
You're
for
not.
Taylor Swift.
You're not pro her
I'm
wars.
not.
I won't be enlisted.
Yeah, I won't be enlisting.
That-
I have
that
flat
was
feet.
me,
I'm
yeah.
overweight.
Yeah,
I have asthma suddenly.
Good luck.
Yeah, I actually hate the country. Yeah, I'm like, okay. So, given with that, Akilah, where do you place yourself on the political ideology of Taylor Swift?
You know, I just think that we're creating a space for a very wide middle.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm probably more center left, but definitely heavy on the left, not so much on the center.
Yeah.
Now, let me just defend myself. I don't think that because you know her fans.
Yeah.
This is going viral for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I'm getting called the N-word again.
Yeah,
on
well,
the internet
we're all
today.
gonna get called the N-word on
Yeah.
this.
Even
show.
me.
Yeah,
I'm like, why am I in it?
Exactly. They're like,
At least
because
it's
you
gonna
said
get
Poland
called.
and not everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah, so in any case, look, I think she has a few hits. I enjoy Blank Space. In fact, I sang it on Friday as she was getting married at karaoke.
Wow.
And I didn't sneer the whole time I sang it genuinely.
Yeah. You were singing it, locking eyes with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And singing Blank Space.
Boys only want love if it's torture.
Exactly. He's just like, is that what you think this is? Absolutely. I mean, and look, I like the Cottagecore set. I don't know what those albums were called, but it was the one with the brain.
Folklore Evermore.
Right, Cottagecore. And so, sure, she got into some deep feelings there, and I was like, yeah, keep collaborating with that guy who was with Lena Dunham at that one point. Whatever. I enjoyed those songs. I like, what did Kanye say? I like the Dead Mouse 5 songs. Or I love I like the Gaga songs. Sure. That's how I feel about Taylor. Look, I don't think that the songs are that great. I've subscribed to the playlist where she rhymes car with bar, and it's 8 songs. These songs are not breaking any ground for my brain. And I also just think okay, corny. It's okay, but cornballs can have their own musicians. I don't think everything has to be cool. A low ponytail that's braided is never going to be cool to me.
Wow.
She's really leaning into that hairstyle.
Yeah.
Fine. So, yeah, I mean, my feeling is, I was also born in 1989, and I think she's trying to commandeer years.
Yeah.
Very
Doesn't belong to
she
her.
showed up in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, you weren't even in Q1, ho.
You weren't even
in Q1, 1989.
Yeah, slipping in under the, come on.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I also just think, her flying around all the time is gross. I think that she doesn't really stand up for anything. I think that she, is generally taking more than she gives culturally, but it's fine. She's allowed to exist.
She's allowed to exist. A lot of places that make us unhappy are allowed to exist.
Right. All I want to say
we are going to get called the N-word.
The N-word's coming.
The N-word's coming on these contexts.
I respect your right to exist.
I respect everyone's right to exist, whether it's harming people or not.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Now
I'm
that
not
we've
getting invited to her bunker in 5 years when the environment is, the water wars.
Yeah.
None of us, the amount of billionaires we've pissed off in these 10, 20 minutes.
I was never getting invited.
We're never getting invited. We were always never going to get invited.
I'm standing outside yelling.
You're standing outside and yelling, and I think that's a great place to place this.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Sorry, guys.
No,
this is perfect.
The Swifties logged off.
The Swifties, and to be fair, guys, we did an hour and a half takedown of Jay-Z 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's not. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
so
also
it's,
there.
Yeah, exactly. And I talked about complicated. Well, we said we'll paywall complicated feelings with Beyonce, and we're gonna paywall Ariana eating allegations of whether she is or not. But yeah, so we're equal. It's not like an uneven hate. Okay, there's a lot of shit out about Taylor's wedding.
Yeah. Have we seen the dress yet? Or is she gonna?
We've seen some images that may be of the dress.
Did we see the low braided ponytail she probably wore there?
We said the dress was gonna be. We said it was gonna be tacky. We said the look was gonna be bad.
Yeah.
We said that weeks ago. So
that's on our bingo card.
That's on our bingo card that she's gonna have an ugly wedding
Allergic
dress.
to serving. It's fine.
Allergic to serving. Listen. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go through a list of statements. Sure. You guys can tell me, because some of these are alleged, some of these are not, and I just want to hear if you guys think it's true, false, and what your takes are on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the first fact. Undeniable fact was that on July 3rd, Swift and Kelsey hosted 1,000 guest party at Madison Square Garden. So that's true. So we're not going to do true or false, but I want to hear from you guys about the wedding being on July 3rd, it being at MSG, and it having 1,000 guests.
I guess I'll start because I said on this podcast I didn't believe it would be at Madison Square Garden. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. The reason I really didn't believe it was because I felt strongly that she would want to be outside in sort of a forested area. Wasn't thinking about the fact that she can create that at Madison Square Garden, which it appears that she did. I'm sure we'll get into all of that. My feelings on the wedding are, she was obviously always going to have a lavish wedding. It was always going to be a big thing. It's Taylor Swift. She's getting married. That was what was always going to happen. But I do find the Madison Square Garden of it all grotesque. The 4th of July weekend of it all. I think I've been trying to pinpoint what about it bothers me. And I think it's that it was created in this way, designed to create maximum speculation from the people while also being something that the people are not invited to. It's like coming to New York, basically, it's not actually the center of the city, but in a way, like plopping down in the center of the city and saying like, here's a big party that you're not invited to, and I'm going to make sure that you all know it's happening, and everyone's going to speculate about me, but you guys can't come inside, which, like, I don't expect to be invited. It's your wedding, but when you're doing it in this massive spectacle way, I was saying to Millie the other day, it felt to me, the way that it's so clearly constructed to be considered the American royal wedding, which let's talk about the irony of doing that on July 4th weekend, whatever.
Yeah.
But like...
deep thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, to take over a city on a holiday weekend with something that people can't actually participate in, but will be disruptive to like traffic and all of that stuff is one thing. But I just feel like there's something so obvious about what she wanted it to be, which is American royal wedding, this kind of hybrid Met Gala, but it's for your wedding thing, that to me makes me feel like when I can tell someone wants an Oscar real bad, that like ick that I get from that. And then also, this comes from the same place of like her needing to release all of these different versions of her tracks to always stay on the charts. Like she does have, as a Taylor Swift, as something of a Swift scholar, as a Swiftologist myself, not to get into the Swiftologist, put a pin in that. She does have this deep need to receive very obvious accolades, and she constantly wants to collect them, and I think it comes from this chip on her shoulder that she's had for not being taken seriously when she came about as a kid. The first half of her career, I get it. Sure. But we are in a place now where...
at her big age from 1989.
Exactly.
Yeah, we know what year. Yeah, we know what year that is. We know what's happening.
We're at a place now...
Closer to 40 than 20. Okay?
It's just that her level of fame is so undeniable that part of me is like, why do you still need this? Like, why do you still need to put a flag down in, the greatest city in the world and like interrupt a holiday weekend and make sure everyone's feeds are flooded with who's coming in and out and this and that? Because like obviously her wedding was going to be a big news story no matter what, but if she had done it, what I thought was that she was going to do it in some like estate in Rhode Island or something like that. If she had done that, then it's like everything would come after the fact, whatever. But instead, because she did it at Madison Square Garden, which is what they wanted, everyone's holiday weekend was taken up with like this live feed of like, here's who's this and blah, blah, blah. And they just announced it on the screens outside that they're married and this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, so you want us all to have to pay attention to this, but you also want it to be a private little secret and we don't get to see any pictures and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I feel like she wanted both worlds, and I just wonder if it'll ever be enough for her. Yeah. Like, you're on top. Mm-hmm. You've gotten every award you can get. Yeah.
You got your
the most
man.
money.
You're
you got
on the
your
Grammy
man.
board, so
you're on the Grammy board.
You're gonna get that award every time you release anything.
You're getting it every time you want. Like, it just, but it's never enough, and
that's how you become a billionaire.
It is
insatiable.
And I do think that chip on her shoulder has fueled some of like her best output, considering the output lately has not been that great. It just all feels gross to me. If she had just released 1989, then we'd be having a different conversation.
It was a perfect pop album.
But Showgirl wasn't very good.
Yeah. And brave it, and the centrist of you to even say that publicly.
Showgirl
as public good. As people listen to this.
As our listeners will get, Showgirl, not very good. Again, I won't go the full. There are people who are like, it's the absolute worst dog shit album that's ever been released. I'm like, there's like one or two songs on it that are good. Yeah. It's not good. It's not. It doesn't belong in most of her canon. There's like one song that I think is worth listening to. Either way, the point is, when the output has also not been that good, all of it just felt bad.
Akilah, General, thank you, Elise. And I know that's hard.
And it was hard.
And it's hard for you to
this
say
whole
that.
Thing has been hard for me.
This has been a hard weekend. Our fans this whole weekend have been DMing us, and it's like, it really happened at MSG, la la la. And I'm like, Elise is struggling right now. I don't think you guys get it. You don't have to rub it in. She's making her peace with it.
I'm making my peace.
She's making her peace. Akilah, thoughts on MSG, July 3rd, it being 1,000 guests?
I mean, okay, for one, and this might be surprising for people who've already called me the N-word, on this episode.
Yeah, well.
I think having an MSG wedding is actually very chic. Sly and the family still.
Yeah.
Sly got married there 50 years ago to one of his, he had a bunch of wives. I watched the Questlove doc. It's excellent.
Wasn't it also kind of a Moonies thing?
Yeah, there was they had a Moonies.
It was cult related.
It's absolutely insane. And I'm I think that's it goes to the lore. You kind of need to be more interesting to me than Taylor Swift to do it at MSG. So I'm all right, she's trying to build in some intrigue. The harder thing for me is on a Friday.
Yeah.
Tacky, poor.
I think.
I'm sorry, as a poor, I'll probably get married.
Yeah, married on a Friday.
Give people the weekend. Let them go home from work and decompress. They got to come straight to you.
Well, this is what I said. Holiday Friday is diabolical.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Holiday Friday is $250? On American $250. I mean, it's America $250. But also, you gotta care about it. But it's something. It's not even that. I just now we're getting to general wedding etiquette. When my entire holiday weekend now becomes your fucking wedding, I can't do anything for 4th of July because it's about your wedding. I'm going to be a little salty about that. Right. And also, but you get it. People are broke. But bitch, you're Taylor Swift. Right. You could have a Saturday wedding. Right. You could have a wedding on a Saturday anywhere you want in the world. Right. So I think that's more my thing. 1,000 guests, that sounds like a lot, but also, it's also just it's business stuff.
If it's a Friday, I'm then don't have 1,000 guests because now I not only feel unimportant, you've ruined my weekend.
Yeah.
Because 1,000 people get... Why is it...
Well, it's just how special can I feel? We're in a giant arena and you invited, the guy who runs an ICE detention center.
Oh, yeah, she did. She did invite an ICE detention center guy, yeah.
And, everyone Travis Kelce's ever met. So it's okay, I'm just in here. They say this podcast stinks. I bet it stunk in there. Too many people.
I do wonder if the Friday of it all matters less because these are, all celebrities who don't work.
Celebrities who are chic don't do anything on Friday. They do things in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
I feel Friday is a real loser day. For me, if I'm rich and famous, Friday I can actually do my full work day because everybody else is I'm living for this. And the exclusive thing is not.
Maybe she couldn't get Madison Square Garden on the 4th because of fireworks stuff or something.
Maybe.
But I just think, I don't know. There's something about okay, so I said, she's just clearly gunning for this headline, which she did get, of American royal wedding, etc. There's also this weird Met Gala-ish element to what they want, but I'm okay, but the thing is, the Met Gala is actually for charity. It is for something. Right. And the royal wedding, we all do get to see that.
Yeah,
so if you want to do this and you want to take over the city.
And we get to live stream the red carpet.
We'll get the Disney Plus special in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing we're going to talk.
I feel almost very strongly will definitely take place. But yeah, I'm just if you want to create a wedding that is compared to these huge public events, then you actually do need to incorporate the public in some way. Yeah. Otherwise, then do a private wedding. Yeah. Do a big compound, go somewhere, whatever. But if you want us to feel this is the American royal wedding, then you gotta come out and wave. You and Travis, after you kiss, you gotta come out at the top. You gotta stand at the top of Madison Square Garden and wave at us. And we get to see the whole fucking thing live streamed and whatever. Right. Yeah. If that's what you want.
It's trying to have the best of both worlds. So statements that are being made, if true or false, whatever. And I want to be fair, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought MSG was a really corny place at first. And then, listen to the Wall Street Journal podcast, perfect podcast, made my family listen to it. And they had an article called, quote, "The special ops tactics celebrities are using to keep their wedding private." And it's about, how high profile people can spend up to $1 million for security with their weddings, fake venues, airtight NDAs, underground exits, and the wedding planners have to kind of assemble something like a SWAT team, and it's just interesting to see the lengths that rich people and celebrities will go to have privacy in the surveillance state. So they'll hire former Navy SEALs, they'll get German Shepherds sniffing around the perimeter. They have radio frequency jammers scrambling the Wi-Fi signal. They have drones that shoot down spying drones. Mm-hmm. What this article was saying was that it's beneficial for them. Madison Square Garden is used to the level of security detail that is going to be required with, again, they need multiple, security teams, especially if people are wearing like expensive jewelry, like if they're borrowing $1 million jewels, like those people, each jewel has its own security team. I'm
not sold. Here's why. Allegedly Zendaya is married. Where did she get married? Mm-hmm. What was she wearing? What, are we just to believe that the only famous person who needs millions and millions and millions of dollars in drones that can shoot down other drones is Taylor Swift? Like, I don't buy that she needed to be at Madison Square Garden because it's a fortress.
I don't think she needed to. I think that for the level and scale she wanted to in New York City, it was, it's somewhere again.
Lincoln Center.
Again.
She could have done it at Columbia University.
So
I don't think Lincoln Center's got the tunnels.
Yeah, so it says, again, you need to seek venues with multiple entrances. You want a back entrance, underground entrance, basically anywhere a president can stay. Sometimes they don't even give people exact locations. Let's just say city and date. The lengths that people will go to make sure that everyone is there maintaining anonymity and all that stuff. So the fact that we don't know anything about Zendaya's wedding is also she's spending a ton of money to make sure that whatever. So let's look at some images from the wedding. So this first one is actually an AI image.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I said she's not in a short dress. There's no fucking
the guy
way.
With the mask and the goop face. Like, I mean, everybody looks all messed up.
Yeah, so it's an AI video. Yeah. So, but this was circulating but I thought it was interesting that there's even like AI like renderings of.
Yeah, I'm not believing anything until we see the official collab post.
Until the check from Disney clears,
so
we're not gonna see anything.
So again, this is the first thing. This is allegedly a photo from inside the venue. Mm-hmm. What are we seeing here?
It's like a big forest, and that is what I've heard, is that the theme was Secret Garden, and they turned it into like a big garden forest castle carnival thing.
So you got the Trump Arc de Triomphe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then this is also, what do we have here?
This is what I heard was part of the entrance. This does appear to be their little symbol. It's like a T and T linked together with hearts. That seems to be like the monogram. And then it's like pictures of the two of them together. I heard that there was...
bottom right. What are we seeing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think... This also, I'm getting some AI. This I've seen a lot.
This is posted from Maren Morris, allegedly.
This is supposedly a handkerchief that was given away to everyone that has the TNT monogram on it, and it says, "So it's gonna be forever," which of course is from Blank Space. Or it's gonna go down in flames.
That's over. Yeah. Well,
we shall see. I also this might just be the picture, but it seems like the embroidery is not centered properly. Like it seems like it's at a tilt. It looks off.
That could also be my Photoshop skills. So we're gonna not go.
But I've seen this picture a couple times, and it does look like off. "So it's gonna be forever" is like tilted down in a weird way, and I'm like, what the hell?
What do we think about this? Just TNT married.
AT&T got married.
AT&T got me. That's a sign allegedly that was outside of Madison. I think it's confirmed that outside of MSG.
Yeah,
that was real.
This is real. I don't understand why they didn't just put the T symbol that they made.
Why wasn't it under the same aesthetic?
Much bigger T and then like a heart around it, since we know that they're both T.
Yeah, but they also made this little double T thing that's on all their other stuff, so I don't know why that's there. Because just T and T married like this looks like an AT&T ad immediately. But this is
probably is.
This is the type of shit that actually annoys me. Whatever. They wanted to get married at Madison Square Garden, and she wants to build a big forest in there with a castle and invite 1,000 people. Fine. Whatever. Fuck it. But this stuff to try to take over New York and be like, we're married in here. It's like you either get to have a private wedding where no one sees anything or whatever, or you put a big billboard on Madison Square Garden to let us know the moment that your vows have completed. Like, this is the type of shit that actually does bother me. If they had quietly gone in there, everyone had arrived via one of these tunnels, and we had no idea who was going in or out and blah, 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 it would be different. But it's like, they wanted us to see everyone showing up. They wanted us to see all of the stuff getting loaded in that says Secret Garden, Castle, whatever. And then they want us to know that they just got married because they fucking put a thing on the outside.
Yeah. We're the peasants. I mean,
that it does make us feel like, oh, here you go, peasants, in a way that feels gross.
This is what we gave you is like what looks like a GPT ideated.
Yeah, and it's like
sign that says just married.
And it's like
just married. Okay, guys. Other facts.
That's what we deserve.
Adam Sandler officiated Taylor and Travis Kelce's wedding on July 3rd, and it was described as amazing. He's a close friend of both of the stars. The connection deepened when Kelce appeared in Sandler's 2025 Happy Gilmore 2 movie, and Sandler's daughters are longtime Swift fans. So, thoughts on Adam Sandler officiating the wedding?
My feeling is like this feels very much like a Travis request.
Yeah. You can tell what was Travis offerings were.
We'll do everything else, whatever you want, Taylor, but I'm having this. I need Happy Gilmore officiating the wedding. It makes it more special for me, and I'm like, don't even let me say what I was gonna say. I was gonna say he should officiate the divorce, but
I don't think help with the papers.
Yeah,
I don't think Travis is gonna have like the follow through to get divorced. I don't know.
No, it'll be Taylor who.
It'll be Taylor who
does that.
I think she's really running the relationship.
Yeah.
And so
I know they're not gonna.
That's what he wanted. That's what they both wanted.
That's what they both wanted.
In many ways. Mm-hmm. Maybe Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have a deeper relationship with Adam Sandler than I previously.
Right, that's right.
That I previously understood. I feel like normally Taylor is very loud about these sorts of friendships.
Anytime
we usually are aware.
Paparazzi'd with,
I don't know. I guess to me, when I heard that, it just feels a little bit like, again, this desire to have like a memed wedding. Yeah. Like, there's so much about it that feels like it was designed with the idea that we, the people, the peasants who get to see the sign, will hear it and go, ah!
Yes.
I know, which is like, I think it would be more meaningful if there was a spiritual leader they both liked or a cousin.
They don't have that. Come on.
Yeah. But they both have brothers.
Millie.
I know.
They were quoting bell hooks in there. Come on now.
But they both have brothers. I don't know. They might have, I feel like probably both of them grew up going to some church somewhere. Like, I don't know. I guess.
You don't think their MAGA asses have a fucking.
They're not MAGA, but.
They're centrist. Okay. All right. No foams were permitted through the event. I feel like that's pretty normal.
That's standard. Yeah, I would have guessed that for any version of the wedding.
The ceremony is estimated to cost at least $20 million on par with the most lavish billionaire nuptials to make headlines this year, such as, can you believe that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez got married this year?
That's crazy.
That wasn't 2026. That was 2025. Wasn't it last summer?
Right, because it would have been last.
Yeah, they shut down Italy last year.
Oh wait, but did they shut it down?
No, they got married. They got married in 2025, I think.
The fact that the wedding cost $20 million, we could get into there are no ethical billionaires territory to talk about it, but that I'm like, whatever. Taylor Swift was always going to spend $20 million on her fucking wedding, so that I'm like, whatever.
Sources tell Dumois that, and this is all alleged because it's Dumois, and it's just like one white girl running it all. The couple had a much smaller, far more private wedding, quote, weeks earlier, possibly in Rhode Island. I've also heard that it was possibly in Nashville. Thoughts of the smaller private wedding in either Rhode Island or Nashville before this star-studded?
That adds a level of class. You know how people go and get the paperwork done so they're already married, and then it's like, okay, this is the sort of show wedding for like our friends.
Yeah.
Which clearly that's what that is. I mean, Nashville also, like, just go to Pennsylvania, girl. Isn't that where he's from?
Oh, she's from Pennsylvania.
He's from
Philly?
No, I think the brother-in-law used to play for the Eagles.
Yeah, so that's why they're.
But I don't know where they're from. I feel like Travis might be from Ohio, but I might be making that up.
Yeah, Ohio adjacent.
Ohio adjacent.
Oh yeah, they are. I remember them.
Yeah.
Fox News' take was like, she found a good boy from Ohio, and I'm like, he left.
Hard R wigger. Yeah, I know.
It's like being like LeBron, a good old kid from Ohio. It's like, yeah, he's kind of an international celebrity at this point.
Yeah.
I do think that if we find out that it's true they had a smaller, more intimate ceremony with other people, that is classier and that casts this. I still think this is gross, like the whatever, but
I don't love it.
One of the things to me, and I'm saying this as a divorced woman, right, is that when I see a wedding that seems so clearly designed with just
Content
the
in mind?
opinions of other people in mind and content in mind and stuff like that, I'm like, oh no,
boy.
like make sure that you guys set aside time to think about what it means to be married and that like you didn't just spend all your time building this castle and like.
No, she totally did. And guess what? I give it 5 years. But
Jesus
I give it
Christ.
5 years.
We shall see.
Two kids and 5 years later. And
Drop your N-words with the hard R under the comments. And tag Akilah. Tag Akilah. We need the engagement.
I personally don't see it lasting, and it's exactly for the reason you're saying. Every single thing we know about them is because of this huge publicity campaign. I mean, like, the idea that she would go to these sporting events and, like, you know, it's not her fault she's always on camera, but it's like, sure, all of these women are now watching football. Fine. I think it's great. I've always liked football. But I also think that, like, if you're...
Akilah's MAGA. Pass it on.
Yeah, I guess that, take back that N-word. But I just think that, like...
Oh, never mind.
Exactly. JK, we love her. But I just think that, like, all of it is so public, and I don't think I've heard a single fact that wasn't like, well, we saw them in public doing this thing. Or, like, even when she went on his podcast, it was very considered. Like, there was a trailer for it. We don't get a trailer for every other episode. It's just, oh, my God, I'm doing a podcast. And it's like, okay, we get it. Like, this is a performance for the audience. If there's nothing behind that, which, like, I'm happy to be proven wrong. I'm not wishing ill on them. I just don't see it. Like, where is there anything behind the eyes? Where are the Tinder photos of them, like Princess Diana when she was, like, finally free? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the paparazzi's leaving her alone. Where is the inkling that, like, oh, there's something really sweet here instead of something very commercial here?
It's tough because we don't really see them. I mean, we don't see, like, any intimate whatever with them, which I guess you're not going to.
But, like, other celebrity couples, I feel like you get a sense, like, you've
seen
Tom Holland. You can see.
You've seen Zendaya,
the tenderness between them.
Yeah, like buying stuff at a bodega, holding hands in a car, like getting popped on a random beach. Yeah, you don't see like the candid paparazzi shots of Taylor and Travis. It's always whatever. And it also doesn't help that like he has consistently only dated black Instagram baddies. Not even like he only dated black women. It's like he's dated a specific kind of extremely curvaceous, wag baddie. Taylor is not that. There's nothing wrong. She's just a different genre. So it does bring all that up. And then, but you know, a lot of people also, to give a flip side, you know, to be fair to Travis, like Taylor doesn't date she doesn't date a bunch of athletes or buff white guys who are kind of dumb. All these guys are like skinny and like weird looking, and like, to quote Azalea Banks, Maddie Healy had White Castle onion burger teeth.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, usually dating someone who's like a little like
freaky.
Kind of a feminine, artisty guy.
Yeah. So whatever. So then it's funny because the conversation online was like, she's only marrying this guy because he asked. She's only marrying him because he asked, and it's like, I get that on one point. It's like, there's so many things that point to this is not a natural, organic relationship, but I'm also just, well, guys, what do you want her to do? She's the only one who, like, that's how it works.
He's got to ask.
Yeah, he's got to ask her. Yeah, I'm like, that's how it works. You marry the guy who asks you.
Yeah. Okay.
He shot his shot.
I can give the sort of pro relationship. Here's what I will also say. I'll do the pro take. I'll put my Swiftie. I'll put my friendship bracelets on.
Yeah. Put your friendship bracelets on. Let us know you're with her.
Yeah, I'm with her.
Yeah, you're with her.
Here's what I'll say. Number one, I just think in general, you're probably not getting those shots of Taylor and Travis because those things are happening. They don't do non-public outings. Like anything that they do is going to have a PR element to it because it's them and because they are so famous. And a lot of those little cute intimate things we get of Zendaya and Tom Holland, it's actually happening on a red carpet and you're seeing them interact really momentarily in these like press tour things.
You see other pictures of them. There's like
I've seen them in the car. I've seen them at family reunions.
But I think the thing is, I feel like Taylor is so famous, like actually even more famous than Zendaya and Tom Holland, which is crazy, that like you don't even see her in the car. She's not driving herself in the car. There were like
we see her at dinner and stuff. She's
let her say the Taylor Swift take. So you're saying we're not seeing that, and then what else?
I feel like we don't see that because they are on a level of fame where we like don't actually see those moments of theirs. We have seen them at dinner. Like they'll go to dinner and you'll see them sitting and like get a blurry picture of them at dinner, but they're just not.
I've seen her her hug the girls from Haim more than I've seen her hug her now husband.
But he's coming out at Eras Tour. The thing is, when you're going to see her hugging him, it's like, it is also PR related stuff. So it's just,
Maybe
I
he's
think.
not photogenic, and she's like, I really can't sell this if we're in the moment.
It's like the nature of, like, you'll see her run out on the field and kiss him, but then it's like, okay, that's also an event. So I just don't know that their lives are lived in such a way that we would get that. But the main thing that I think speaks,
I feel like we got that with Joe Alwyn, though.
No.
I feel like we got candid, romantic pictures of them taking walks, doing stuff, intimate moments with Joe Alwyn. We did.
We got pictures of them going to dinner, which we have of her and Travis too. Okay. They were in, Joe Alwyn and her just were like very much more low key in general. So you're getting a lot of the Joe Alwyn and Taylor pictures are them getting in and out of the car going to dinner. Okay. And he's walking in front of her because he doesn't like the paparazzi. So it's like, but I think the nice thing about this relationship for her, the thing that I wish for her or that I like, is that a lot of the story of her past relationships and all these loves and all this stuff, one of the recurring themes is that she dates these guys who are also musicians or actors or adjacent to her. We've talked about on this podcast 100 times. Let's happen with like Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion and all this stuff. It's like these guys date an insanely famous woman and they want that and they want to be seen with her, but then they also have resentment for her fame. It makes them feel some type of way about themselves. It makes them feel like they're not successful. They don't like it. The big thing with her and Joe Alwyn is that like Joe Alwyn did not like the spotlight that came with dating Taylor Swift, and he didn't like the fame, and he didn't want to be in public with her. And I think what's nice about the Travis of it all is that he has none of those concerns. He'll do a Madison Square Garden wedding with her. He'll go to whatever event.
He wants to be famous.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
look how much more money he has. He's marrying up.
I mean, yeah, but she needs to date someone who's okay with being that famous. And I think prior to now, she's only ever dated people who only wanted that fame for themselves, and the fact that it was her pissed them off, or they didn't want it at all. And now she's finally found someone who is like, cool, I like that. The things that I've liked that he's said about her when he like talks about her is that it's funny for him to say it this way, but he's like, she's like an athlete, man. And I'm like, well, that's the number one most respectful thing he could say. Like, he respects what she does. It doesn't threaten him. It makes him excited. So I think that's good. Do I think it lasts? I mean, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even predict if my own wedding would last, so I can't say one way or another there. I do think it's hard for me to imagine Taylor Swift committing to a life where she never experiences new relationship energy again. It's hard for me to imagine that she would not miss the feeling of like a new relationship and new love and this and that and the other thing, but I always try to wish the best for people, so I wish them the best, and that is what I think this relationship offers her, is like finally meeting a guy who is totally down for the level of fame and attention that she wants, which is exemplified by this sort of monstrous wedding that we saw.
So we'll go through some more things that happen and get some quick responses. Taylor Swift would allegedly walk down to a romantic instrumental version of Love Story, kind of Bridgerton inspired. And that was published by Dumois Tip. Do you guys think that's true? And what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm just not walking to a song with the word bleachers in it, but I guess, like, whatever, girl. Like,
well, I think it's instrumental, so there wouldn't be there.
Yeah, well, people.
And I think you might be thinking of.
You're thinking of You Belong With Me.
Yeah, You Belong With Me.
Love Story
is the Romeo and Juliet one. It's my karaoke song. No, they survive at the end, Akilah.
In Romeo and Juliet?
In
Taylor's version.
In Love Story.
In Taylor's version,
we're talking about the literacy crisis in America. Listen.
No. She made that song saying that her love story, because that is one of the good songs.
Romeo, save me. What happens in the end of the story, guys?
Okay, so we get a note from Akilah, instrumental version of Love Story, Down the Aisle. What say you,
I mean, I do love Love Story. It's my number one karaoke song. I think it's tacky to like walk down to your own music.
Yeah, your own music. Okay.
That is little to me.
Okay.
If true.
Here's a controversial one that has been published by multiple outlets. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wedding vows were 20 minutes long each, and they were both reading from gold books. What say you? I've read this multiple places that they each had 20-minute long wedding vows.
Well, I think you have to fill the Disney hour. And so it doesn't take that long to walk down the aisle, even if it is Madison Square Garden. And so I think that like you got to give them a show.
Yeah.
You wouldn't erect all this stuff if it wasn't going to be like some programming. So I personally think, yeah, almost certainly that's real. But I've also been pleased where like they did 10 minutes. I'm sure she could come up with 10 more minutes about how Travis is like so goofy and like the first time she realized she was in love and how special and safe she feels. I mean, I'm like, you know, that's not hard to come up with. She writes albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. That feels correct to me that could happen. I think it's too long for vows. I do think it's too long.
Again, I think vows are like so amazing and powerful and like give you insight to the couple. 20 minutes is too long.
20 minutes is too
That's
long.
Crazy. You can get an editor. You guys can afford it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is another one. Demois, and this is also Demois and TMZ. Demois received a tip that the theme of the wedding would be carnival. Allegedly a longtime dream of Travis Kelce's. Today, TMZ confirmed that guests were entertained with carnival-like games, matching what we previously heard. So, guys, thoughts? And there apparently were raffles and auctions, like they raffled out cars, Cartier watches allegedly, and other stuff. So, guys, they didn't auction off people, but they raffled a $500,000 cars. I wasn't. I was not.
We were not invited.
We were not invited to the wedding. So thoughts on the carnival-themed wedding?
I feel like it wasn't carnival themed, but there was a carnival. I feel like the theme, at least what I've seen, is that the theme was like this garden thing.
But there were carnival games.
Carnival games. I think that's fun.
Tacky.
I feel like, you know.
I don't want my grandma playing a game while we're getting married. Like, no.
But it's at the reception. It's fun stuff at the reception. I don't know. Why not?
Listen.
Yeah, I guess.
I think you're more of a right wing than a centrist.
Wow.
Because I think a carnival is, I don't know, who cares? They're in Madison Square Garden. It's 1,000 people. They spent all this money. Like,
they're gonna make do stuff.
Do something else.
But why would karaoke not be tacky, but carnival is?
Well, because she's a singer. It's like at least relevant.
Well, she did do karaoke. She did do karaoke. There was a karaoke with Sierra, Sabrina Carpenter, Kesha, the Chainsmokers, Avril Lavigne, and Tate McRae. Well,
wait, they were there?
They did a late night karaoke.
Yeah.
That group were there for late night karaoke.
I just think in terms of activities, like, sure, carnival games, that sounds fun. If that's what Travis wanted and they're paying all this money, they've got all these people here, you got to entertain them.
I guess in the same world, if this is like elevated white people shit and white people would have a cornhole game at their wedding in the outside or something, like, I think white people would have a game of cornhole at a wedding. I think that is something that Midwest white people would do.
I'm from the South. I have been to many white people weddings. I have never seen cornhole at the actual reception. I have seen it at the bachelorette or the bachelor party.
Or the welcome party. Maybe the welcome party.
I've seen games at a wedding.
You've seen games at a wedding?
We had beer pong at my wedding. At the reception, yeah, we had it set up. Because it's like you set up stuff for people to like do shit. I mean, it's like they're probably there starting from however long in the afternoon, whatever. And yeah, I don't see an issue.
Okay, so you're pro games. I would say I'm in the middle of this too, where I'm like, it is tacky, it is weird, but I'm also like, I don't hate it. And then some say a recreation of a Taylor Swift's iconic love story set was built inside the venue, with Taylor walking across an island of some sort via a bridge.
I don't even know the music video. I'm still thinking about the one with the window and the.
No, that's the same one you said, and it was wrong. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think of no formal dinner seating arrangements? I mean, there was no way with 1,000 people. I think it was just a buffet where everyone like sits down and they get dinner served. There was no, you're at table 1, you're at table 2, which I'm just like, fine. Like
that's fine by me as long as the food was good. As long as we're getting reports that the food was good. But if we haven't heard one way or
the food was allegedly like people saw Krispy Kreme donuts getting delivered, lobster and steak. So we'll see.
Everything.
Yeah, they probably have everything.
As long as people
chicken nuggets.
As long as everybody had
Travis.
food. Yeah, I mean probably.
Well, what is it? Ketchup and seemingly ranch.
Ketchup and seemingly
ranch. Yeah, and seemingly ranch. Okay. Just a few more facts, then we're going to go to reactions, then we'll wrap up. Guest also said, allegedly, that there was a miniature castle built for Taylor Swift's cats. Taylor Swift apparently owns 3 cats.
Yeah, Meredith, Olivia Benson, and then there's the other one. I forget.
Right now. This is right wing.
I know.
I know.
Meredith and Olivia Benson, I don't know the third one.
Okay, well.
I don't think you should have cats at a wedding. People are allergic to cats.
Elise, what say you?
People always bring their dog or whatever, and they run down the aisle. People are allergic to dogs.
Most people are more allergic to cats than dogs.
I think that people.
I love this. I feel like I'm in CNN right now with like. Number
one, I don't know if most people are more allergic to cats than dogs is correct.
They have way more dander. They have way more dander.
But I don't think it's enough dander to like cause a problem at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, if she's getting really nice.
A cage that was also had some little activities for them, that's fine. But if they're just like free range cats,
I don't think they were loose in Madison Square Garden. I think that.
Listen, I'm waiting for the facts to come out.
Okay,
all I know is that they were there, and I personally would not. I would be disappointed if somebody brought cats. Like I go to the bodega, and I'm like, this is a little disappointing every time.
You're insane. You're insane, and now you're too far left, guys. Guys, we can't have you complain about bodega cats on this thing. The N-words are never gonna stop, and they're coming from all sides.
Allergies, and I think if you don't air out that room, we all got toxoplasmosis.
Okay, now we're talking toxic plasmosis mentioned. Guys, okay. So some sources say there are plans of some sort of official video release.
I believe that.
We all know.
So we all believe that?
Yeah.
I would bet my fame and fortune on the idea that Taylor's making some money off of this.
Okay, now let's go to some. So yeah, this is allegedly the dress, but I don't know if this is AI too.
I know, that's the thing is I can't believe, I don't know if any of them are real.
Yeah, I don't know if any of them are real, but yeah. So here are some of the people who were invited. This is the guest list. It's pretty long.
Wait, can you like pause?
Yeah, so just anything. We have Benny Blanco, Jack Antonoff, Rachel Antonoff, Jessica Chastain, the Chainsmokers, the Chicks, Jenny Han. I did hear that Jenny Han, the author for To All the Boys I Love. So I feel like this is a business. This is like anyone she's ever worked with.
Yeah.
And anyone he's ever worked with.
Yeah.
Anybody they want to work with, I'm sure.
Or anyone they want to work with.
I think they wanted to create like a weird little Met Gala that was curated by them. Like, and so they wanted to. She loves to do this. It reminds me of like 1989, like squad times. Like she loves to show off like her famous connections and her friends, and also who's in and who's out, because Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds not there. They were out. Like she.
But Muna and Niecy Nash were in, and Nelly and Ashanti were there.
Yes. There's an amazing picture of Niecy Nash leaving the wedding. Have you seen it? She got like papped and it looks like one of those photos of like Prince Andrew as he's leaving like an event. Like she just people were like saying stuff about how Benson Boone was there, and I will say, to defend that, I do think it's good to invite at least one person who can do a backflip to your wedding.
You have to.
I think you just don't know if someone's going to need to do one.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Jamie Oliver, the chef.
And congrats to Bowen.
Yeah,
and Bowen.
And congrats to Bowen.
And congrats to friend of the pod, Bowen Yang, who directed the
play that me
and Elise met. So also apparently Paul McCartney reportedly serenaded Taylor Swift. Paul McCartney.
McCartney.
Oh, sorry.
You got it.
Paul McCartney reportedly serenaded Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce with 1963 Beatles hit "I Want to Hold Your Hand."
And well, you know, they've never fucked, so I think it's important that they have that song. It's all they know.
They fucked. She's made a whole song.
She made that one song about his dick.
And we all paused and we're like,
no. It's actually the only song that I've ever told Spotify to never play again.
You're playing, Elisa's playing R. Kelly every day. Yeah. Chris Brown.
Yeah, I've never, that is the first song where I said, I don't ever want to hear this again.
Fully blocked.
I don't want that.
It's like the Facebook, why am I seeing this? Okay, so let's go to some quick reactions. People were upset, the grotesqueness, whatever. Something you do need to know, New York had a historical heat wave, and a lot of people lost power. My friend was on a low voltage thing. She had to throw out all her food from the fridge, and it specifically happened outer boroughs. To be fair, before we share this take, I have heard that MSG is on its own electrical grid.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So I don't know if it's like whatever, but
go back. I got one more comment on the people who were there. So Taylor has a song in the new Toy Story movie. Mm-hmm. I do think it's interesting that she invited the president of the Academy to come to her wedding.
Wow.
So when that song that no one here can really even sing front to back is nominated and then wins, I just don't want to hear any surprise from the Grass Nation about what this was.
No, she plays her game, and she knows.
She's like, I don't have an Oscar, and Gaga does.
Yeah, so. And she's like, and I could get one.
I want to be in the conversation.
I could get one. Yeah, no, I believe that. I think a lot of these invites are strategic, and again, I think a lot of it is designed to like show off their fame and connections.
Okay, so at Maria Figueroa says, I'm sorry, but if you don't think a billionaire shutting down one of the busiest streets in NYC on the 4th of July so she can have a wedding in a castle inside a basketball court is not the epitome of out of touch and, quote, let them eat cake, then you just don't care about people. And then this is with BuzzFeed posting 18,830 Con Ed customers are without power in New York City. So
I agree with the tweet. Like, I do think there's a let them eat cake element to all of this, but I don't actually think that the power outages and the wedding are related. Because as far as I can tell, MSG has its own fucking thing. And at the end of the day, the city knows that this wedding is happening and the city knows that there's going to be a heat wave. So it should be like the administration of the city should be able to be prepared for all of the things that are going to happen in the city.
If anything could take down Mamdani, it's the Swifties. They are terrorists.
Yeah.
And I just think
that's why he had to let her do her thing.
He was like, whatever, man. Good luck.
Well, that was one like area of like some of the Swiftie right-wingers. It was that was pissing me off that people were like, well, they shut down the streets for the Knicks. And I'm like, well, the Knicks are a New York team.
Right, they played there.
And
everyone was allowed to go to, they had a parade that everyone went to.
The events were open to the public,
New York,
etc. And then there was like another avenue of people being like, well, like Mamdani shouldn't have like given her the permits or whatever. And I'm like, this is a private purchase. Like Taylor Swift can book Madison Square Garden if she wants. That's between her and that weird guy that owns Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, James Dolan.
The MAGA guy who owns it. So it's like at that point,
use it for free.
At that,
he's on the list.
I'm sure
he's on multiple lists.
Which list are you talking about?
List.
Exactly.
Which list do you mean? But it's like at that point, once it's happening, Zoran can either grant them the permits and have the city make plans for what is taking place regardless, or he can be like, I'm not going to grant you the permits, and then there's like actually more chaos, and it's
Mansion burns down, and
I just feel like sorry, our baby Zoran does not need that smoke.
No.
Author Zadie Smith attended Taylor Swift's wedding, and here's her in a car with Lena Dunham, who apparently during her wedding speech called American football gay, and like she said the F slur in reference to football players.
I just had heard that she called it like it's them acting out gay fantasies or
something like that, but I heard it was whatever. But and she wore two outfits to the, like I seen her wedding looks. The green one was good. The pink one, people did say she looks like a president of a Central American country. So just we go with that what you will. I just think it's funny that Zadie Smith was there. Okay, in response to Paul McCartney singing "I Want to Hold Your Hand," at Face Ted Carapace says, I don't want to be rude, but this is a C-tier Beatles song to be having a living Beatle perform at your wedding. I'm not white enough to have tiers of Beatles songs.
I'm white enough to know. This is I don't know
I
what
Want to Hold Your Hand a C-tier?
I don't know that C-tier. It is a rare song. Like all of the reports is they haven't performed it since like the 60s.
That's
so
the thing.
All of her things are like I did the top shelf thing that no other people can't get. So you know what? I mean, he could do Blackbird. It's not
No, it wouldn't make sense. Right. First of all, like the later Beatles songs aren't really love songs. They're like, there's an octopus at my house. Like it's like it doesn't make sense to like play them. And number one,
Travis is like, yo, this shit goes off.
But they're not reporting on it.
I Want to Hold Your Hand has like not been performed since the 60s, I guess, and it's also I think their first hit ever. So I don't want to be rude, but faceted carapace. I don't think you actually know the Beatles or know what you're fucking talking about.
Right. Wow. Also, and there we go.
Yeah, like gun to my head, like I've seen that Beatles commercial, like the Beatles won. That's the first song that they play on the like infomercial.
It's their most famous first song ever.
Absolutely
faceted carapace.
Singer.
It's not your best. It's not the best Beatles song, but it's like
my favorite Britney Spears song is a "Hit Me Baby One More Time," but that's the singer.
Yeah. But if you're gonna have her do one,
So in response to Cartier watches were among the prizes that guests of Taylor Swift's wedding could win. Somebody says prize to win what was this, a game show? This is what people are saying. Yeah, people are saying.
So is it? Yeah, I mean, I guess it has to be for the carnival games.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well. I gave up my 4th of July for you. You better give me a Cartier watch.
Yeah, well, if you fucking make it, yeah.
Crazy.
I know. Major Phil-lebrity says the only Taylor Swift wedding detail I care about is that she got married on a fucking Friday. Like, are you poor?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what we're saying, yeah.
That's some poverty stuff.
And speaking of poverty stuff, we're going to leave you with, this is a video from a fan account, and it says, the catering company for Taylor Swift is handing out wedding desserts for fans outside the venue. Crying face emoji, crying face emoji, crying face emoji. She loves us. So we'll watch this clip and we'll get reactions. And it's people in a barricade and cops passing out.
The most annoyed looking cop handing a small box of donuts to this fan, and they're tearing the donuts open.
Oh my God, guys! We're having Taylor Swift in there! Oh my God! We're all so excited!
Looks like a pastry.
Yeah, it looks like maybe like a peach.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's very let them eat cake.
Yeah.
To be like, and at the end, the leftover pastries will toss out into a crowd of ravenous gay guys.
Yeah, that's garbage, so that's fine.
I mean, that'll be my wedding night, hopefully. That's the wedding. Any final? I mean, I feel like we really talked it out all. Akilah's been called the N-word 50 times. Alicia's been
doing the show ever again.
Well,
Crazy.
no, you're
They're
a founding
rubbing out
father.
my name on the
No, I won't.
It's over.
Okay, guys, and final thoughts on the royal American wedding of Taylor Kelsey.
It wasn't a royal wedding. I hope that they last forever and ever. I hope she writes 50 albums about how true and beautiful their love is and how many orgasms he gives her. I do think that, like, it is just very silly that we're all meant to care about this. I hate to bring it down, but there's other stuff going on in the world. And I just think that, like, American wedding culture is so overbearing and so extra. And I just don't know if people even know what love is anymore. But congratulations to her and Travis. You know, now he doesn't have to keep looking, and neither does she.
Hindu people get married for a month. So relative to that, like, I don't want to say American wedding culture,
It's
but
probably, I mean, isn't that all reality TV is now in America? It's like, this is all in an effort to get married and have it be a big deal. And then, like, the whole story is about our love story. And it's just like, there's no ever, like, it's so narcissistic. It is so self-absorbed. It is, like, no longer about romance. It is about, like, how big can the spectacle be? How good are the pictures? And I just think that that's kind of sad. Like, I just don't know that, like, I personally don't aspire to that, and it's why I find all of, like, engaging with it really hard. I think it, like, exists to make people feel self-conscious about what they're able to do with their wedding and their relationships, and I'm just not a fan. But you know what? Good for her.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of that. I've just been
You're allowed
struggling.
to like it. I want you to know you're allowed to like it.
No, it's not that I don't think it's like the worst thing ever. I think that, like, again, I think the carnival games are cute. I think if she wants to build a giant castle in a forest in Madison Square Garden, fucking sure, whatever. That's what she was always gonna do. If corny shit like that bothered me, I wouldn't be a fan of Taylor Swift. Like, that would just not, I guess the thing that bums me out about it is I feel like she really still has this intense need for her fame to be in our faces, undeniable. No one can ever say I'm not the most famous woman in the world. And I'm like, girl, you got it. Everybody knows.
We get it.
Everybody
We
knows.
agree. Fine.
And so I wish her well in her marriage, and I wish for her that she can get to a place where she can release some of that.
Yeah.
And know that your songs are very successful. You are very famous.
More money than God.
You have the biggest tour. Everybody knows who you are. You do get a ton of respect in the industry. I know that was, like, denied her for a long time, but, like, you're almost 40 now. Things have changed. I think you can let some of this need to be given like the gold star go.
Yeah, and I guess for me, just to, wrap up, wedding discourse in general are going to piss people off. You'll see there are entire pages of people hating on random people's weddings. Having a big public wedding with like someone in an immense power, being able to talk shit about them, like people that will always unite people. I think she was always going to do something corny. I think it's frustrating too because she could have done something just as grand but a lot more tasteful, and she didn't, and that's I think what's the other thing. But it's always like she was always gonna have a lavish, grand, whatever wedding, and to a certain extent I don't think it's less harmful for her to do an MSG wedding than it was for like the Bezos to like completely take over Venice. Like, whatever, this wedding happened, but like for the most part, our lives in the city of New York were not gravely affected.
Yeah, like I can't say, I was in Manhattan on July 3rd doing stuff, and it wasn't causing a disruption to me personally in any way.
Versus like them doing it in a small town and like taking over everything for like whatever. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Taylor Swift wedding.
I am interested to see the real official photos when they come out.
Yeah.
That'll be...
Keep an eye on the photos, and we did predict that the dress was going to be ugly.
I think she'll do like, I think she'll do a Princess Diana the first time. Like big pop.
I think it's going to be big. I think...
Long train.
I think we're getting a princessy vibe based on just what we've seen from like the castle and the this and the that and all of that. I do believe that we will see like a poofier silhouette.
Yeah.
Who knows what else, but I am interested. I'm interested to see the official photos and when and how they are presented to us.
Oh, yeah.
like, do we get a collab post between the two of them in the next day or so of some photos, and then we're gonna be releasing the wedding video, blah blah blah. Like, there's obviously a plan.
A trailer from Disney next week.
Yeah.
Then we'll once the special is out, we'll get real pictures. They have to be photoshopped, obviously. We have to get everything perfect.
Yeah. But I'm honestly a little surprised we didn't get one official photo yet. Something. Something.
The lighting wasn't perfect.
She's still coming up with her with the caption.
Yeah.
She's trying to figure out what little cutesy thing she's gonna say. All right, are we ready to move away from very famous people to niche internet personalities?
Yes.
All right, then it is time for our final segment,
Grasshole of the week.
This is our segment where we discuss the people, places, entities who need to log off the most. I mean, we all should log off from the Swift wedding.
Yeah.
That's
like
blanket.
Commenting on guest list,
Yeah, exactly. But today's Grasshole is a woman known online as Cake by Katie. Have either of you heard of Cake by Katie? Millie, I know you're familiar.
Cake by Katie came across my desk. And I said, Elise, look into this.
Okay, and I did, and here's the result. So Cake by Katie she's got 732.1 thousand followers on TikTok. She does cake pop recipes. Okay. She's a big cake pop influencer.
I've heard about this.
She's kind of she's at the top of the cake pop.
She's like Starbucks
pyramid.
As a person.
Yes.
Yeah, but cake pops.
Yeah.
Starbucks, but as a person in cake pops.
But Starbucks makes cake pops.
Perusing her page today, I realized videos not related to this thing that we're about to talk about, they get anywhere between 100 and 500,000 views, though she can hit 1 to 2 million every once in a while, and she does have a gender reveal cake pop video with 20 million views.
Okay.
Where she talks about what she would and would not do differently with these gender reveal cake pops. So, she's popular. Yeah. And for $12.99, you can get a PDF of her cake pop recipe collection, which features orange creamsicle, cherry chip, strawberry cheesecake, lemon blueberry, strawberry shortcake, pumpkin spice, pumpkin cheesecake, fruity pebbles, put a pin in fruity pebbles, Captain Crunch, cinnamon toast crunch, circus animal cracker, cookies and cream, Nutter Butter Biscoff, Tagalog coffee, Thin Mint Nerds, Almond Joy Butterfinger, Reese's Bourbon, Reese's Pieces, S'mores, S'mores Bourbon, cookie dough, Funfetti cheesecake, red velvet cheesecake, Rocky Road, Better Made, honey Jiffy mix, zebra cake, Swift roll, cosmic brownie, vanilla candy cane, Christmas tree cake, dark chocolate peppermint, Count Chocula, Boo Bites, pumpkin pie, chocolate covered strawberry, and gluten-free, dairy-free double chocolate. So that's That's what she does.
A little smattering.
She makes the cake pops. She does tutorials online.
Captain Crunch, I don't know about that. I like the taste of Captain Crunch, but the idea of having a Captain Crunch thing that's not shredding your mouth, I mean, but I feel like she's dipping it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got stuck there. I'm sorry.
But that's the vibe. She tells people how to make these cake pops. She has her own cake pop recipes. Most of them are like made with a mixture of different like Betty Crocker cake batter and this one and that one and all of that stuff. So she is using a lot of like pre-made cake mixes, but she combines them.
She's not even making them from scratch. Yeah.
They're not from scratch. Yeah. That's what I'll say. Or like a hybrid of from scratch. Depends on how. Yeah. She's not Nara Smith. That is true. This controversy began a week ago when a video by a smaller cake pop creator, Sweet Treats by Ashley, started to go viral. Now, as of today, Ashley has 746.4 thousand followers on TikTok, so she has overtaken Cakes by Katie. Oh, no. But prior to, she had only just started her cake pop thing like 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
I'm starting one.
You can start them. But she also does a cake pop thing.
I'm going to do.
Akilah, you've been called the N-word in the cake pop community.
I need a new community
to call me the N-word.
All the way to the Bay.
Yeah.
So let's watch this video by Sweet Treats by Ashley. And this is the first video that went viral, but I'm a little confused on the timeline of certain things, but I'll break this down for you.
Oh my God, she's crying.
So she's crying in the car. Starting off, strong hook, which is that she is crying in the car.
I think to the woman who hugged me in the Walmart, you are God set.
Hashtag for you page, because you gotta get it trending.
Okay, hold on. I gotta. And my wokest niece reposted it. So I already know. Not you.
I have to fucking make a video like this, and like I'm fucking crying in a Walmart parking lot, for God's sakes. But Cakes by Katie made a video about me saying that I stole her Fruity Pebbles recipe. I use a lot of inspiration from a lot of different creators. I just started my cake pop thing like 2 fucking weeks ago. She posted a video on like her cake mix ratios, and that's what I used. I never fucking bought her cookbook. I don't know her exact recipe. In her video, she said I keep a couple secrets just for me, because she copyrights her cookbook, so I don't have any way of knowing her entire exact recipe. I improvised. I was like, okay, I have the cake mix ratios for this. It looks really fucking good. How do I make this into actual cake pop dough? So I used my own shit, and I fucking just posted it because it's what I did. And she's fucking made a whole video about me threatening to sue me, and because I stole her copyrighted recipe. Girl, I don't have your recipe. I never bought your fucking cookbook. Like, what are you talking about? And I started this shit 2 fucking weeks ago, and now you're coming at me. And she messaged me, and she's like, you're lying. I'm fucking suing you. You hear from my lawyer. Take the video down, which I did. Like, I don't want any of this. I don't want any of this energy. Like, I just do this out of the kindness of my heart. Like, I just started a new hobby. Like, I have a full-time job. I spend all my spare time making cake pop for people, and now it's like, now a huge creator just bashed me. Like, for what? Fucking cake pops, dude? Like, I understand that's your business. I understand, but I didn't steal your fucking recipe. You don't have to, like, have some fucking, like, fucking have a heart. You're coming at someone who just started 2 weeks ago. Like, I didn't steal your recipe. I didn't fucking steal it. I don't have it. How can I steal something I don't have? Like, and she fucking bashed me to all of her followers, and now I'm getting comments on my stuff. Like, I'm a terrible fucking person, and if that's what you have to do, girl, I respect it. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. Like, I get it. Get your bag, get your money, but I don't have your recipe to steal. I just improvised on what I put in my stuff. I post all my stuff. Like, I use sour cream, I use eggs, and I use water. That's literally common knowledge to anyone who makes cake pops. I didn't know that posting that would, like, drew up this whole thing, but here we are. So I guess this is my fucking first apology video for fucking cake pop, but
First, not last.
yeah, that's my Sunday. Everyone have a great 4th of July.
Wow.
All right.
Who has been dethroned?
Oh my God. I'm also just like, we can't call this episode White Girls Gone Wild, but
there's a subtitle
There's a
is
subtitle.
developing.
Oh.
these
A
white
subtitle
girls
is
are
developing.
letting loose.
They're not wild.
Okay, so to recap, Sweet Treats by Ashley is saying here that she has been targeted by Cakes by Katie.
I want to die.
I do believe
I wish I was
that
there.
there is some missing media here because Cakes by Katie has been deleting stuff.
Oh, dirty deleter.
So it's hard for me to tell. We're going to watch a video by Cakes by Katie, but I can't tell if that video came before this one or if there were other videos that came before. We'll get your judgment. But basically, it seems that Cakes by Katie posted some stories calling this girl out in which she, like, calls this girl out by name. She also DM'd her threatening legal action. So we have some of those DMs in the next slide. This is a DM from Cakes by Katie to, it's hard to see because there's stitches all over it, but she DM'd Treats by Ashley and said, "I'm sorry, what the F? You posted my entire Fruity Pebbles recipe? You'll be hearing from my lawyer, and I have a copyright on the first page of my recipe book." So she's basically saying, like, I have this recipe book. My recipe book is copywritten. And I think the big issue is that Treats by Ashley included the recipe for what she made in her video making the Fruity Pebbles. And so she's like, you posted my recipe. So this video, because it's a girl crying in the car, starts to go super duper viral. Yeah. People immediately are, number one, like on this girl's side, but number two, they start pointing out that actually recipes can't be copywritten.
Wow.
A recipe's ingredient list, basic cooking instructions, measurements, etc., are not protected by copyright law.
Wow.
What she has a copyright on is the book itself. So like photography, design elements, you know how people are always saying little stories in between. All of that stuff you can copyright, but actual recipes you cannot copyright.
She also can't copyright Fruity Pebbles because that's owned by Post.
So
there we go.
So,
and get real with it. And this is why you're getting called an N-word in the cake community.
Yeah, like, hey, she does own Fruity Pebbles. Shut up.
So that's like also a thing that people immediately start pointing out is like, okay, well, if we go back to the list of her recipes, there's a bunch of copywritten names and materials that are actually copywritten. Secondary issue, she uses boxed cake mix and stuff and ratios of boxed cake mix. So what are we even doing here? Cakes by Katie publicly shares her boxed cake mix ratios. That's a lot of what's being talked about here is like the ratio of different boxed cake mixes that you use to create the cake pops. Cakes by Katie already shares that, and that is supposedly what Treats by Ashley shared. Like, I used this much Betty Crocker, I used this much Sarah Lee, like whatever.
And then combining it with sour cream and eggs and water.
And Fruity Pebbles.
And, you know, whatever, gives that consistency. But like sour cream is a big, anyone who's a baker knows sour cream is a good replacement. As someone who likes to bake, has written for food blogs and all this stuff, it is very common for people to be, I don't know, the things like mixing Fruity Pebbles into a fucking box cake, like, bitch, what the fuck? Everyone can do that. But also, with sour cream and eggs, that's just Baker 101.
Yeah, so people, these are all being pointed out. Everyone is rallying to Treats by Ashley. And also, I think there is this thing. People don't like it when a large creator sicks their fandom on a smaller creator without just cause. You know?
You heard that, Taylor Swift?
Yeah. I mean, she should
Don't
hear that.
come for us.
Call
them off, except, you know, Akilah, we can't.
I was already not invited to the wedding. I didn't get hit any harder, Tay-Tay. But I agree. I mean, I do think that there is something. We're also just living in an era where, we're living in an era where I think that people, are just like sick of, even if it's perceived wealth, right? Like nobody knows if any of these people made any money. This girl's selling a cookbook for $12 in a PDF form. We don't know if she's rich, but like the idea that like, well, she has all these followers. It's like the idea that somebody is bigger than you and they're picking on you in a time of such inequality. people are really mad about it. And I think that that's why this becomes a story. Because otherwise, who gives a shit? Like, it's cake pops. Who cares? Like, let her sue you. I'd like to see the lawyer who's like, and I'm taking the case, where you name drop all of these real cereals that you don't own in a book that you so-called copywrote and also self-published on the internet.
Pam Bondi will take it.
Yeah. Pam Bondi will take the case.
She needs work.
Pam Bondi will absolutely take it.
Right.
But this went really far. So that video that we just watched has 22 million views.
Wow.
Right now, Treats by Ashley has more followers than Cakes by Katie. Yeah. All of her videos are now in the 100, 200,000 view range. Some are a million, etc. If you look at this next slide, Snooki got in the comments.
Not Snooki.
Snooki got in the comments. You have my support, Queen, from Snooki. So it's at this point, I think, that we get this now deleted response from Cakes by Katie. And the reason I think that this came after is because the way that Cakes by Katie talks in this, I feel like it's assumed that we already know she's talking about Treats by Ashley. So I feel like there was content we don't have at the beginning. And then we get Treats by Ashley's crying video, and then I think we get this from Cakes by Katie, but I'm not 100% clear on the timeline. Anyway, now we'll hear from Cakes by Katie.
Friends, we need to talk. Earlier this weekend, I found out that one of my copyrighted recipes was posted in full on here for 77,000 people to see. That's how many people viewed it. But the thing here is that my online virtual recipe book does have a copyright on it. So when someone has a copyright, you cannot take and distribute the work within that book. Unfortunately, this happens to me very, very frequently, and more unfortunately with bakers. You wouldn't believe, on Reddit, on TikTok, they're taking, and when I say taking my recipes, I don't mean they're like making what they see me making in the video. They're taking my full recipe from the book, putting it in the comments, in the video, on Reddit, on Facebook, and that's just not okay. So because of this, I have an attorney. I let everybody know the same thing. You have 24 hours to take the video down. I hadn't heard anything. I did make an Instagram story just saying, hey friends, don't do this. I was trying to get this creator's attention. I wasn't getting a response. Once I got a response from her, I took the video down. Now, as most of you know, I give about 1 to 2 recipes for free away on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram a week. I also have recipes for sale. I give out all of my tips, tricks, knowledge. I really don't hold anything back. One thing I take very, very, very seriously is what I have created myself, and that's my recipes. Now, this person reached out to me and let me know that they actually had never bought a copy of my recipe book. I didn't get any information after that, an email, a name. I was blocked, so I wasn't able to confirm anything. But thankfully, the video was taken down. We're obviously not going to pursue. Sometimes I message people and I'm like, hey, take that down. They are not nice, they are not cool, they are not friendly, and then we have a different situation. I just want to let you all know so there's not any kind of confusion. From the bottom of my heart, I show up here every single day and teach you guys how to make cake pops. I give you my whole self every single day, but what I cannot get behind is someone taking something they purchased from me and then putting it online for everyone else to see. Now, did that actually happen here? I'm not sure. Ashley, I would love to have a conversation with you. But at the end of the day, this is my livelihood. So if something like that is threatened, like my copyright being violated, I do have to follow up on it. Now, am I gonna sue somebody for following one of my videos? Absolutely not. Am I gonna pursue somebody who's taking the written words from my book and putting it online? Possibly, if I'm not sure what the intention is. But friends, just remember, when you feel threatened, when you see something out there, and this happens to me pretty often, so I was heated, I was upset, and I do have to say this is a learning experience for me. I am not used to reaching out to somebody and them not having ill intentions when it comes to my content. So that's all I'm gonna say. I hope you guys have a good day. I'm sorry for any hurt feelings, any confusion. At the end of the day, you guys know I just wanna be here making cake pops and making cake pops with you. All right, love you guys.
Okay, what are our impressions of Cakes by Katie?
First, I have a lot. So first, I have a lot to say. First of all, the person who shared this, the bougie redneck. Already, I'm in.
Yeah, because this video was deleted. It took me a while to find this one in full. So actually, shout out to the bougie redneck.
Yeah, right.
Because because a lot of other people are doing the first 2 seconds and then they're stitching. The bougie redneck gave us what we needed.
And
here.
this is why we need internet archival services.
Bougie redneck,
Bougie
get on
redneck, captioned, never liked your attitude Dude Katie. We write at dawn for Sweet Treats by Ashley. As someone who likes baking, as every Cancerian does, you have to be fucking kidding me. She's using the cheapest eggs, Crisco, and cake mix, which is basically what the fuck it says on the box. I spend all my time making cake pops. Babies make cake pops. That's the whole point of cake pops. They are not, I'm not saying that they're not hard or tedious, but if you're selling them for people, then they are buying. This bitch thinks she fucking put a rocket on the moon. It's fucking cake pops.
Yeah.
It is cake pops, and you're using boxed milk and the cheap eggs and Crisco.
She didn't invent cake pops.
Yeah.
It's just cake that has been shaped into a circle and then dipped. It's crazy that it has gotten to this point. I think that we all need to take a step back. Capitalism has hands, you guys.
Yeah.
We're over here fighting over who decided what ingredients go into a cake pop. I don't care. And I'm not even going to make them.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling past this in the middle of the night on the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for it to... Why do you have a lawyer?
Yeah.
Why do you have a lawyer? Or if they're a retainer, they're taking advantage of you.
Yeah.
Make that video.
I bet she makes good cake pops.
They're probably
I bet they're
just
tasty.
like every single cake pop, which is great.
She,
Never mad at a cake pop.
you know, I was looking at them. They're really pretty. She does a nice mold on them. Whatever. That's fine.
I hope so. She's using Crisco and cheap eggs.
Whatever. I think, you know, she's come up with some interesting combinations for cake
Yeah.
pops. But yeah, at the end of the day, like...
She didn't even invent those cake flavors. Sorry, continue.
Well, exactly. It's like you're using...
I think bourbon s'mores is
Bourbon s'mores is
some shit I've never
I'm
heard of.
interested.
Somebody from the South, the bougie redneck, probably already knows about that.
I'm interested. I think that she probably makes... I think if I ate a cake pop that Cake by Katie made, I would say, damn, this was a good cake pop.
Sure.
But I think it's very funny for her to like be speaking about her copyright in this way and to not know this extremely basic fact that someone who is in this industry should definitely know, which is that recipes actually cannot be copywritten. That is something that I feel like if you are going to be sending people DMs, having a lawyer on retainer, all of this stuff, that you should probably familiarize yourself with the fact that like, oh, actually the recipe cannot be copywritten. If someone took the exact text of her PDF and put it in there.
Yeah, it's like every time I get my period, I blah,
Yeah,
blah, and then,
exactly.
like,
Her-
whatever. I make a s'mores bourbon cake pop.
If someone used her little logo that she has, like all of that stuff, but the actual ingredients cannot be copywritten. And also, girl, the ingredients you're using are like different boxed cake mixes and Fruity Pebbles. Like that belongs to other people. So
I guess, and that's why it's bugging me, because actually the craft of making a cookbook involves a lot of people. It involves a lot of testers. It involves people making sure that anybody in any part of the country that, you know, can make this recipe easily. And if you are an influencer, then people like your personality. You know, we're not going to be the only podcast out that recorded on Monday talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
If people are listening to this, it's because they like our personalities and all this stuff. Like, we don't have to, or it's because they're mentally ill and they hate themselves.
Yeah.
Guys, like,
Either
shop,
way.
comment, and subscribe.
we get the download
We
regardless.
get the downloads anyway, so I really don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
It's
Even
just-
the people who call Akilah the N-word, we're getting the download.
You gotta, it said, subscribe.
We're getting the impressions on our ads.
Ever
So.
you get
She's
your
not gonna see that you called her the N-word unless you subscribe to
That's
Go
right,
Touch Grass.
exactly. And you need
So,
to do it today.
And do it right now. So I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm like, she's so precious with the thing. It's like, if it really was a work of art book, you would have a real like copy, which you don't need. You're an amateur. You don't need all this shit, but you're trying to operate as a professional, but you're not using professional grade. If you want to make a chocolate cake pop, you don't need baked box mix. You use cocoa powder and flour and all that, but that's a lot more harder and all the shit. She wants to take all the shortcuts, but she wants to be treated like the professional top of her game, and she's just not doing that. She doesn't know how it works.
I just don't buy that she even has a lawyer. I really don't, because I mean, also like this entire video is her sort of contradicting herself, where she's like, all I do is bake these cake pops from the bottom of my heart for you people. But then she's also like, I've had to jump in people's DMs before about it, and they always come back at me with heat, and I'm like, I'd like to hear from them.
Yeah, well,
Where's their video?
Akilah, guess what?
Yes.
So, okay, number one, I do also want to point out to that point, she's like, I just go and I DM them and I ask them to take it down. We actually saw the message and she said, WTF, you posted my whole Fruity Pebbles recipe. I'm going to sue you. So she doesn't just say, hey, I noticed you posted my Fruity Pebbles recipe. That's actually, like, it's copyrighted. Would you mind taking it down or editing the caption, like, whatever? No, she said, what the fuck? You posted my recipe. I'm going to sue you.
Yeah.
Number...
She made her cry. Okay.
In a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that gets posted, right? Again, the same conversation is still happening. People are like, you can't copyright recipes. All the messages between her and Treats by Ashley come out, and it's like, actually, you're being really mean to Treats by Ashley. Then
Done for Treats by Ashley.
people start digging up other instances of Cakes by Katie doing this to other creators.
Gorgeous.
And basically, I'm going to summarize another video, but there was apparently a different creator named Karen. I can only assume Cakes by Karen. The video I watched is just calling her Karen.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, remember Karen? And I'm like, I actually don't, and I would love if you
there.
gave me more information about the Karen situation. But there was another creator named Karen.
Versus Karen.
Katie accused Karen of stealing cake pop recipes. And Karen is offline to this day.
Wow.
She ran Karen offline with the cake pop situation. So basically, people start being like, actually, Cakes by Katie does this often. And people are pulling up screenshots of, like, other times she's posted stories being like, this person stole from me. So she has this MO of, like, sicking her fans on anyone who makes a cake pop, basically.
But it probably does give engagement, too.
Oh, yeah.
She loves the drama. I mean, also, like, she already has 18,000 different recipes for cake pops and flavors in there. After a certain point, you gotta make it fresh. So it's like, what is it? I'm in a big drama. Some other girl made a cake pop today. Like,
I do have to say that the way that Katie spells her name is racist.
Well, the
Kaity.
Kaity. Something's going on there.
Wrong with that.
Where was she on January 6th? Yeah. What's going on?
She's a Caitlyn.
Yeah, she's a Caitlyn. It's just Caroline Levitt. It's giving, what the fuck?
Something's going on.
Something's off.
So, another thing that people dig up. So, okay, now, like, the internet it's dug in now to Cakes by Katie. People are like, we're taking Cakes by Katie down. The number one, they're like finding recipes of hers that other people have done before, and they're like, you stole this. You're not the first person to do Reese's cake pops, obviously. Then they're like, and remember what you did to Karen. And then
she's just like, I'm doing this from the bottom of my heart. You guys stop.
All I do is make cake pops.
I'm making boxed fucking.
Exactly.
I'm making boxed crackers.
And you guys are out here calling me out
with Eggland Best Eggs and Crisco oil, and you got from the bottom of my heart. I am yelling at white women from the bottom of my heart.
I'm hurting you to help you.
Yeah.
We get this third point, which I actually think, I mean, it's one of these instances where, like, it's the internet doing too much, but it's also so funny because it's like, you brought this to your doorstep, Katie. But basically, I guess in a lot of videos, Cakes by Katie will be like, I just took a gummy, and now I'm going to make my cake pops. And then a bunch of people were like, it's illegal in the state of Michigan to prepare food under the influence if you're going to serve it to other people.
Now,
Karen.
They had to take down the PDF. It's over. You're gonna have to figure out anybody else's cake pop recipe.
Karen versus Karen.
I know, so I'm like, so I hope that's a criminal lawyer.
Yeah.
I hope it's not just copyrights, because now people are getting Michigan state law involved, etc.
And Michigan has good weed, guys. Michigan has really good weed. That's like its thing now. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of this is going on, and then we get this post from Daisy Makes, which is at @DaisyMakes_innovations.
Oh,
and they are a cake pop mold maker. So
wow.
They make like the shapes that you can put into your cake pops. And they're one of Katie's biggest collaborators. She works with Daisy Makes all the time.
They don't want that.
Daisy Makes posts. At Daisy Makes, we believe kindness matters. We do not condone bullying, personal attacks, or unkind behavior toward anyone. While we cannot control what people choose to say or do on the internet, we can control who we choose to build meaningful collaborations with.
Wow.
We will always stand behind the values of treating others with respect, grace, and professionalism. And then the caption says, while we are grateful for the Cake by Katie Cakesicle Popper.
I'm literally killing myself. Keep going.
You can't. We need the studio for the rest of the year.
You're right.
You can't kill yourself until
January 1st.
Yeah, January 1st, 2020.
Right.
You can't die.
Guys, this is serious.
Oh, you're right.
Guys, this is really serious.
Okay.
While we're grateful for the Cake by Katie Cakesicle Popper and the opportunity it provided for so many to share in our mutual love of cake popping, effective immediately, we are indefinitely suspending this collaboration.
Wow.
Daisy makes out. No more Cakes by Katie Cakesicle Popper.
So now Cakes by Katie has to roll them by hand. They're going to be so wet.
No.
Yeah.
It's over. She's making a full cake now.
So with all of that,
I guess let them eat cake. I guess Miss Taylor Swift. Guess Taylor Swift said let them eat cake, and she didn't know that people were rolling them in balls and killing each
the
other.
Cake by Katie Cakesicle Popper.
The Cake by Katie Cakesicle Popper is done.
It's over.
America 250.
That's right.
America 250. 250 years of Cakes by Katie.
It took us 250 years to get to the Cakes by Katie Cakesicle Popper.
Yeah, and honestly, George Washington was like, this isn't good enough.
George Washington and his ugly ass teeth would have never fucking stood for this.
A Cakes by Katie Cakesicle Popper would have melted George Washington's teeth out of his mouth.
They're throwing it into the harbor.
That is not. None of the founders could have handled a Fruity Pebble cake pop.
Out of their ass.
First of all, women talking already crazy.
Crisco
as a concept already. Now we're talking multiple videos. Somebody, George Washington ain't
One bite of a Cakesicle Popper, Fruity Pebble Cakesicle Popper, would have sent James Madison to his death.
Yeah.
He was frail.
Yeah.
He was known for being quite frail.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have one final video from Cakes by Katie. This remains up. This is her official apology.
Yesterday, I really fucked up, and I'm not proud of how I handled the situation.
She's got feet.
To quickly tell
feet
you
on
what
Maine.
happened, I saw a cake pop recipe written within a TikTok caption. I thought it came from my recipe book because I was tagged, and I handled the situation poorly. The legal advice I received in the past said this was wrong because I had a copyright on the book, but you guys quickly informed me, and now I know that that's not the case. A recipe book is copyrighted as a whole, not on individual recipes. I was confused. I was acting on advice that I had been given in the past, and I didn't lead with my heart. I didn't lead with kindness, and obviously that showed. I had a human moment and reacted instead of taking the time to talk out the situation, and I couldn't be more sorry for that. I've spent the last day receiving death threats, hundreds of wishes that I would end my life, racial slurs against my family, people telling me I should be sterilized, that I should be put down. But I do just want everybody to know that I take accountability for the way I responded to Ashley. I know that Ashley didn't get the best version of me yesterday. And you don't know me and you can say what you want, but if you did know me, you would know how heavy that sits on my heart and how sorry I am that she did get the worst version of me. I totally hear you guys. I do use box cake, but I do have over 70 recipes that I want people to make, that I made simple for everybody to use. I can't say enough that I understand Ashley didn't have bad intentions, that I should have taken the time before reacting. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes when life is hard, when things are hard, when health is hard,
oh my God,
I react. I think that's human, but I don't think it's right. Is it something that I'm going to work on every fucking day? Every day I'm going to walk with kindness, with grace, and with generosity as much that I can. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I have learned a lot from this situation. Ashley, I am so sorry. I wish you the best of luck on your cake pop journey. I know some of you guys were getting upset when I was turning my comments off yesterday. I've just never been through something like this with these kinds of messages, and some of them seem very serious. So I just don't know like when I'm going to be around or when I'm going to be back. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for letting me be in this space with you. Thank you so much for so many of you for letting me help you make cake pops. And I truly, that's all I want to do with my life. So I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you have a good day. And Ashley, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Good morning.
Okay. Thoughts on the final apology from Cakes by Katie? This is the last we hear from her. Katie has not said anything since then.
I thought her shirt said Mackinac Island. I thought it said Maniac Island, which Mackinac Island is off Michigan. I don't know how you feel. I feel like if I'm going to get white women tears, I need tears to come out. Mm-hmm. I need to see droplets of water. Mm-hmm. She, not the alligator tears of like, if you're going to make the sound of, like, commit.
Yeah.
Commit, because that's what I needed. If you're going to fall on your sword. And then also, like, the thing, she's apologizing for not talking to Ashley Moore before she attacked her, when it's just like, you should not have attacked her.
Yeah.
Ever. It's not copywritten, and also you look fucking stupid. And also...
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I objectively am dumber for having listened to that. And I honestly am like, white women, just give yourselves, like, a hug. Like, I think there's a lot of people who just, like, smelled blood in the water, who were like, and now... we're gonna attack Cakes by Katie, and I'm like, all of these people are idiots. Like, none of this matters. None of this matters. It's cake pops. Like, you can't copyright them. The only people who have any claim is Daisy, and they were like, she can't use our little cake poppers anymore. Boom, done. Like, let's just log off. Let's just stop, guys. If you are. And I will say, I don't think she deserved death threats because
I know,
racial slurs to her family.
What's the racial slurs? Unless she has a black husband, which I would believe. She's a thick enough white woman to have a black husband, but she's also in Michigan. I'm saying anything, but
it's Detroit, we know it is.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is, we don't have to care that much. We can share it and laugh at the misfortune of a girl crying in Walmart and then the other lady being like, I'm a bully, no. Without taking it to the extreme of now Snooki's involved. Like, let's all
Snooki was gonna get involved.
Let's all just zoom out.
This is what I'm saying.
Who cares?
Do you really think, because people always go immediately to like, I was getting death threats. Sound like you were giving death threats.
I think people just like to send death threats. I think there are people on the internet who are like, please get angry enough or like have this be a big enough deal, because also like you can be anonymous. Be like, kill yourself. I hope you die.
Yeah, but
I'm house with a knife.
Here's the real thing that I'm going to say. I saw this woman's energy. She lives in Michigan. I'm not 100% sure she doesn't have a gun. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't pull up to Cakes by Katie's place.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
okay, well, I didn't love the
I'm like, Katie, no one's going to pull up on you.
I'm getting a stand your ground energy from Cakes. I think she's going to be standing her ground.
Your name is spelled Katie with a Kaity. You have a gun. No one's getting to your house.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that for anyone, if anyone listening is one of the people who threatened Cakes by Katie, I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think that's
I think Cakes by Katie will take a gummy and mow your ass down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
She'll take an edible before too, bitch.
So to round this out, apparently Cakes by Katie has lost like 15,000 followers from this.
She's lost a lot
we
more.
know now about the Cakes by Katie Cakesicle Popper.
Yeah.
That's no longer available.
Last I'm hearing of it.
We don't know what the Go Touch Grass bump is going to give her.
Yeah.
Like, she might have
I thought you were going to say the Go Touch Grass Cakesicle Popper.
Go Touch Grass Cakesicle Popper. That will be on our merch site too one day.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But I guess what we're going to say now is Cakes by Katie, for the crime of getting in the DMs to threaten a small creator with legal action and sicking your fan army on them over something that you actually do not have a legal entitlement to, apologizing once, having to delete it, and then apologizing a second time, we do have to say, Go touch grass. And that's our show.
That's our show, Akilah. Thank you so much for being here.
You were perfect.
Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you doing?
If people want to call you any words,
if our fans want to call you the N-word right now, how should they do it?
Go to Instagram. You have to follow me. So to do that, I won't see the message otherwise. As you know, I have it set up. So I do need those numbers. I'm at Akilah H. And then listen to my 2 podcasts. Better from your newsroom. It's like also a YouTube channel. We make videos every week. And Rebel Spirit from Art Podcast. It's a labor of love, and you should definitely do it.
Yeah, Akilah's getting that name change of her school, or she's calling Katie.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, you should talk to Katie.
Does Katie do private security? Because
Katie's lawyer said you have to change it.
Yeah.
You guys can follow us at Go Touch Grass Pod on everything, and me at Pandalise on Instagram or Elise Navidad on TikTok.
And you can follow me at Millie_Tamaris on Instagram and TikTok, and at Millie Tamaris on Twitter. And until next time,
Go Touch